Hi everybody, welcome to this week's edition of The Experience Shift. I'm actually down in Austin, Texas, which is one of my favorite places on planet Earth. I just love this place. I love the energy, I love the music, I love the culture. I also love the barbecue. I'm just recently back from Franklin Barbecue, which is one of the few things in life that are worth the hype. It was awesome, except for the 1 hour food coma that I endured on the other side of it. I'm actually down here in Austin, Texas, workshopping with a bunch of our customers, and I have the pleasure of being the opening keynote speech at the X-Day conference, which Question Pro is putting on, which is really cool because as many of you know, I spent a lot of time before joining AppFuse in the consumer insights industry. Now I'm in the customer marketing, customer experience industry, and Question Pro's business lives at the center of both of those worlds. And so I'm going to get to see a lot of old friends that I haven't seen and also meet some new ones. And I'm going to be sharing some lessons I've learned over the years of how to drive successful transformation through leading teams, through my own work, but also through the work I've done in consulting hundreds of brands over the years. And that leads me to this week's newsletter. You know, as somebody who's kind of always been viewed as the young guy, although recently I've been told by some colleagues I'm now the old guy. I've always had to rely on looking at things for what they are, understanding them, being super curious, and then running really hard through them. And now that I've seen a couple of movies, my pattern recognition starts to fire. Like, oh, I've seen that. I've seen these patterns. That's how we've solved this in the past, etc. And I'm just becoming increasingly obsessed with balancing first principles thinking and your intuition and when to lean on one versus the other. And I'm finding increasingly that it's actually the harmony of both that allows you to make the best decision. Your gut could be saying, I think this is what we need to do, but you might not be thinking about it from all angles. And so sometimes a night's sleep, sometimes asking a couple of other questions is the exact thing you need to do, because the next day you didn't really lose that much time. You can wake up and make a decision and still move quickly, but not blindly relying on your instincts is the thing. And the reason why I think this is so important now more than ever is the playbooks are getting thrown out the window. Businesses are shifting overnight. Markets are being disrupted increasingly with the power of Gen AI. And so it's really important to focus on the constants that don't change, what people value, what people care about, how to lead people, and understand if your intuition is still relevant in that paradigm before just relying on it. And that's why I always think it's good to get to the root cause of why things work the way they work today, so that you can then build them back. Anyways, I'd love to learn about how you're balancing your intuition and first principles thinking as you transform your business. Thanks for watching.